Hey guys, it's me, Natasha Lynn, and sorry for the technical difficulties I had before. I don't know if you saw me come off of go on Facebook and then come off real quick, but it was crazy. It was a hard time trying to get onto the live, but I'm here now. But today I have some facts and myths about hair care. So a lot of times we have grown up and we hear a lot of stuff about hair care that's not necessarily true. And just because your mother or your grandmother or your auntie or whoever has told you this information, I'm just here to give you the facts, and you can do with them as you please. But I just wanted to give you guys some good information, and maybe this can change your mind. It might bring about a great outcome for whatever you're experiencing, okay? So I'm going to give you some true or false, so facts or myth questions. And if you guys have any questions yourself, or if you guys know of anything like I'm supposed to brush my hair 100 times a night, things like that. If you guys have little sayings that you've heard before, go ahead and type those in. And if I know if it's real or not, then I will tell you. But if I'm not for sure, I will look it up and I'll find the information for you. So yes, so I'll say the first question that I have is someone asked, someone stated, my hair color can change, or can my hair color change as I get older? So if you guys know, type what you think. Can your hair color change as you get older? Are you born with the certain hair color you're supposed to have, or could it change? So again, that question is my hair color, or can my hair color change as I get older? And I'm gonna go through all the questions and then I'll go back and answer them, because I kind of want you guys to think about if this stuff can be true or false. Okay. Another question is, my hair used to be straight, now it's curly. So, okay, Iris says yes. Okay, she says true. We're gonna come back to that. The next question number 2 is, my hair used to be straight, now it's curly. So if answer that and let me know if you guys think that is true or false. Can your hair go from being straight, pretty much just say, good 15, 20 years of your life, and then all of a sudden it starts to turn curly? That's question number 2. So question number 3 is, I have the same hair texture I've had since I was a baby. I think I know all of you guys pretty much know. I think you guys know this one, but hey, I've heard this question before. So answer if that's true or false. What you think that is true or false? So again, that question is, I've had the same hair texture since I was a baby. The next question is, follicle damage is permanent. Answer true or false if you think that follicle damage is permanent. Okay. And then the last question is, my hair never grows. So that's the last question. My hair never grows. I've heard that. I can't tell you how many times I've heard that. Some people feel that their hair never grows. So true or false? How do you feel about that? With your experience or, with your knowledge, just let me know. So, okay, so that was 5 questions, and we're going to go back to the first one. So the first question was, and then my cousin Iris said yes, but the first question was, my hair color, can your hair color change as you get older? And it's true. So yes, Iris, give yourself a hand clap. You are correct. Your hair color can change as you get older. I'm going to go through these now and just tell you the yes and no, and then I'm going to explain why. Okay, Iris said number 3 is false. Okay, we're going to get to that one in a second. But I'm going to explain to you why some of this stuff might seem crazy, but I'm going to tell you why it isn't. So true, your hair color can change as you get older. And we're not just talking about 30s, 40s, or 50s. So I'm going to explain why. The second question was, my hair used to be straight, now it's curly. Nobody said anything about that one yet. But yes, your hair can be straight and turn curly. Your hair can be curly and turn straight as well. So, and I'm talking on a basis where there's not chemical damage or, chemical straightening or overuse of tools. That's what I'm speaking of. So I'm not saying because you've used a relaxer or you used flat irons, that's why it's straight. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm saying that yes, in your body can change the texture of your hair. So that one was true as well. So number 3, Iris says number 3 is false. I had the same texture I had since I was a baby. Yes, that is false. And I'm going to explain that to you in just a second. And I think we all knew that one. I mean, to me, that kind of makes sense, right? And number 4 was follicle damage is permanent. That's actually false. Follicle damage can happen, but it is not permanent. Okay? And I'm going to explain about that one as well. And the last one was my hair never grows. Of course, that is false. So, and then I'll come back to explain why that is false. But just a little bit about number 1 was my hair color can change as I get older. Your hair color can change as you get older because we go through different hormones as we're like in different parts of our life. So if you think of puberty, menopause, actually just birth all the way up, these are different hormonal changes in your body, which can cause your hair to be longer, thicker, darker, and heavier. So these are like all different things. I just found out a couple of these. I knew some of the stuff was true, but I just found out some. I was like, wow, your hair can be darker. Who knew that? Just through hormonal changes. So I'm not saying just through menopause or puberty. That is true as well, but we also have different hormonal changes in our body just from life. So if you've went through a stressful period, you might see a difference in a change in your hair texture, the color, the curl pattern, or the straightness. You might see a different change in your hair. So keep that in mind if you are experiencing difference in your hair and your skin, because your skin can change just as well. So the second question we talked about, and we said it was true. My hair used to be straight, now is curly. And that just kind of piggybacking off of what I just said, going through the different hormonal changes, it can actually change the whole derivative of what your hair used to be. So that's just amazing to me, because I was just like, wow, and I don't know if you guys had noticed, I felt like my hair texture had changed. Most of it was probably because I did a lot of bleaching that loosens the curl pattern up a lot. And since I haven't been bleaching my hair and I'm just trying to wear it more of its natural color, or just using a semi-permanent color, I noticed that the curl pattern was a little bit tighter, and this is more of my natural curl pattern, so it is a little bit tighter. But as a child, it was sort of a different texture. So just information for you guys in case you're wondering what has happened to your hair. And then a little bit about that. Okay, so a lot of you might not know, with relaxers with children, I'm a big advocate against relaxers for children, especially children who have not went through puberty yet. And here's why. This is actually kind of goes hand in hand with what we just talked about. As a child, your hair actually haven't reached its puberty spot yet, if that makes any sense. So we have sebaceous glands. These are the little oil glands that we're born with. And when you hit puberty, those glands are overly active. your hair texture is going to change because of hormonal changes in your body. So that is when they're younger, that's not actually their true texture of hair yet. So it's still considered almost like a baby kind of hair. So if you're going to chemically change that, then you're going to cause damage, and you can cause not permanent damage, but you can cause damage to the follicles of the hair. And follicle damage, it is repairable. That was one of my questions. I'm going to get to that one in just a second. But follicle damage, it is repairable, but follicle damage can take, I believe it's 2 to 4 years, yeah. Follicle damage can take 2 to 4 years to be repaired. So, if your child is 5 years old and you put a relaxer and you damage that follicle, 2 to 4 years that it can take before it is back healthy enough to, for you to start doing normal stuff to it, instead of having to keep repairing it and it's extra dry and it's breaking off. So just keep that in mind, mothers, that if you are relaxing your child's hair at an early age, that can cause follicle damage, which can be 2 to 4 years to repair. So yeah. So that was my whole spiel about, relaxing kids' hair up under the age of puberty. And when we say puberty, you kind of know when the boys hit puberty. When girls hit puberty, they are, they've gotten their cycle. So just in case you guys didn't know. And the next question was, I had the same hair texture since I was a baby. So I just kind of explained that. Nobody has the same hair texture as a baby. Your hair changes from birth up until about 2 or 3 years old. I know you guys can see if you've had children, their hair texture has either gotten thicker or finer or longer or more coarse about 2 or 3 years old. And then again, about 7 or 8, it's going to change again. That's usually when they have like growth spurts. They're more exposed to elements outside. They're growing at a rapid pace. So that's also a change. Then again, when you hit puberty, the child, the oil glands are bursting out oil. That's when they're getting the pimples and all of that good stuff, going through puberty and stuff. So your hair is changing as well. So, and then again, your hair changes so much. So don't just think that this is my texture, this is what I'm doomed with for life, or this is my hair has just always been fine. There are certain things that you can do to kind of help promote healthy growth of hair, or maybe change the texture a little bit. There's little things that you can do, and we'll get to that in a second as well. So at the age of 20, though, your sebaceous glands, which produce sebum, and that's the extra oil, it start to slow down. So that's when the acne starts to stop. Actually in boys, it's like 5 times more than girls. So thank God we don't have all of that oil pumping out. That would just be horrible for us girls, right? So the follicle damage is permanent question was false. Yes, follicle damage is not permanent. And again, I had already stated that it takes 2 to 4 years to replace. Follicle damage would be if you're pulling, that would be the, I want to say tension alopecia, but I can't think of the word. Traction alopecia. I believe it's traction alopecia. And also if you are chemically coloring your hair, so bleaching, doing things like that, it can damage the follicle, and it can cause the damage to where you see hair loss. And so sometimes people will experience hair loss, but if that follicle if up under there is still alive, then you might see hair come out 2 to 4 years later. It may be thinner, it may be a little finer, but it's still active. So just keep that in mind. Keep the hope alive if you've lost hair. So don't think that you're just, oh, I got to do Rogaine or I got to go get a hair transplant. Might not be true, okay? And the last question was, my hair never grows. That's false. Your hair is always growing. Your hair is always growing. Just like the earth is always spinning and, you know, everything's always moving, you're still breathing, your hair is always growing. Now, the elements that are done or the things that are happening to your hair can cause breakage, and you might not know that your hair is breaking. So if it's breaking at a quicker rate than it's growing, then it's gonna look like it's the same length. I mean, if that makes sense, it's gonna look like it's the same length because it's gonna break right there, okay? So actually a good thing that, I don't know if you guys know, but a good thing to know is that, where is that question? Okay, so genetically, everybody's hair is programmed to stop growing at a certain length. Did you guys know that? Everybody's hair is programmed to stop growing at a certain length. So when I say that, I'm not meaning that if you've had a bob and you don't see the hairstylist regularly, then okay, I'm always gonna have a bob. I've always had a bob. No, there are things that a hairstylist can do to kind of help prevent breakage and kind of get your hair growing to maybe a more desirable length. But I always like to tell people, they're like, just say they have short hair like mine, okay? This is by choice, okay? Let me clarify that. This is by choice. I can have long hair if I want it. I don't desire it, okay? And if my dad was listening, he was a big advocate for long hair. I've had it. I don't care about it. But anyway, yeah, so your hair is genetically designed to stop growing at a specific length. It actually falls out when it enters the resting phase, and it eventually regrows again. So if your hair is designed to grow to, just say, let's shoulder length, by the time you get here, it's already starting to kind of fall out at that length. So if you got a good 8 to 10 inches, it's designed to stop about 8 to 10 inches. It's like, okay, I'm done. All right. Now every now and then, if your hair is not shedding its normal shed, and normal shedding of hair is 50 to 100 strands a day. So yeah, don't freak out if you see strands of hair in your sink. That's actually normal. 50 to 100 strands. Now anything over that would be excessive. But yeah, so your hair is designed to stop growing at a certain length. I know for some people it's like horrible, you've wanted that hair to grow down your back for forever. Get the lace fronts, they look pretty nice. It's not that serious. It's just hair. Okay. Yeah, you might not want to come to me as a stylist because I don't feel that same way about hair like other people do. So, does your hair grow faster in winter months or summer months? This is like a big question that, some people are like, my hair grows faster in the winter because it's cold and blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, you can secrete more, your sebaceous gland can secrete more sebum, which is oil, during the winter time. Normally and typically, your hair grows evenly all year round, but we know that there are always some superhuman people who just have that superhuman growth. So there you have it, okay? Statistics and science says that hair grows evenly all year round, but if you're a superhuman, drop me a comment, let me know, okay? All right. So let's see, what else do I have for you guys? I think that's almost everything that I have for you guys. Things that you guys can do to promote the healthy growth of hair. Okay, so say you have you're having little issues, your hair is a little fine, And what I mean by fine, I mean the strands are thinner than they should be. Maybe from overly coloring your hair, or maybe you're just born with it. But something you can do to make them stronger. Vitamins A, B, C, D, and E are all good vitamins for the growth of your hair and the strength of your hair. Of course, involve your protein, whatever it is. If you want to do protein, your meats as a protein, or I don't do meat, but egg protein is good for your hair. I do beans for my protein, also good for your hair. Your vitamins, your protein, and iron and zinc. Yes, I don't want to forget those, iron and zinc. So those are great vitamins and ingredients that are good for your hair. Great for the promotion of hair growth. And if you ever have used biotin, you know that it pretty much contains all those things that I just said, because it's going to help the promotion of your hair growth. Specific foods are first, avocado. Avocado is great for your skin. It's great for your hair. It's great for your digestive system. It's great for burning fat. Avocado is great for everything, but it is very, very, very good for your hair. It helps the shininess, the strength. It has natural fats and oils in it, so really, really good. Eggs, of course. I'll just say that avocado and eggs, I would say they were pretty much even. If you don't do eggs, do avocado. If you're not a meat eater, avocado is great, okay? Or if you do both, do both. Spinach, really, really good for the hair. It has lots and lots of iron in it, and zinc. Fatty fish would be an example, would be like your salmon. Really good for, again, it's a fat, and it's a good fat, so it's has those correct oils and all those good ingredients, good enough for your hair, okay? Nuts, seeds, and sweet potatoes, great for the promotion of hair growth. So I just wanted to give you guys some good information. I'm trying to like bust those myths that are down. If you guys know of any, if you don't know if they're a fact or you don't know if they're a myth, go ahead and send me an inbox, or you can type it right here as well, and I can let you know if it's a fact or if it's a myth. Sometimes I'll find out stuff and I'm like, oh wow, I didn't know that. I know a good one was, okay, I feel like I'm talking too long, I'll wrap it up. But a good one was, never go outside with your hair wet, you're gonna catch a cold. Okay, so I guess common sense would tell you not to go outside in the cold, where it's cold, with your head being cold. I guess that would tell you that. But it's not your hair being wet that's going to give you the cold. It's actually what else is going on in your body. Like if you already have sinus issues and your hair is wet, and going out in the cold is going to make it worse. So it's little different elements like that. So it's not actually the act of wetting your hair and walking outside. I know people that won't wet their hair in the summertime and go outside. They'll make sure it's dry before they leave the house. So I just wanted, that's not true, because I would always be sick. I wet my hair almost pretty much every day. So that's one. And then also I do want to tell you guys this one, trimming your ends. Okay, so let me make this clear, because this has always been a big deal. Trimming your ends does not make your hair grow faster, okay? But trimming your ends makes the hair stronger by, if you can think of your hair growing like this, like grass, okay? Grass never grows evenly. If it did, we wouldn't have to cut it so much, because it would be so pretty and even, and you'd just be like, oh, okay, it's getting a little long, but I can wait a couple more weeks. It doesn't grow like that. It has different growth phases. So sometimes some pieces are dying off, so they'll be short or they'll be dead, and some are growing quicker or have grown longer, and some are in the resting phase, so some will just stay there for who knows how long. So when you're trimming it, you're making it even, and you think of just like a even a border or something that's stable, to where if something tried to come up against it, it's like stronger. So as your hair as a full, if it's stronger, then it's not gonna break off. When it's not breaking off, it looks like your hair is growing. Well, your hair is growing, but it doesn't look like as short as it would as if it did break off. So it is healthy to go ahead and trim your ends. It's like a regular maintenance, but the act of trimming it is not necessarily causing your hair to grow. So I'm all for trimming. All my clients will tell you, hey, she trims our ends. Like every time they need it done, I'm gonna do it. But yeah, the whole act doesn't make it grow, but it does help keep a healthier look to the hair and feel, okay? So yeah, if you guys have facts or myths that you don't know about, go ahead and send me that information. But that is all I have for you guys today. Go ahead and share this video. I got some new things coming up, and I'm gonna wait to tell you guys, but have some new information coming up. And you guys look forward to the classes that I have coming. We have the beauty boot camp, and that is for teenagers 12 to 18 years old, and that is like a boot camp for your kids to learn how to do their own hair. So a lot of girls are going to middle school right now, and they need to learn how to do their own hair. So I'm actually thinking about doing this in a video session for people across the world. And if they can't be here in person, then they can watch us on video. We'll do a live, and you'll get your little kit shipped to you. And that would be great to learn how to do your hair and have your child do her hair and start to grow up, because they're going to play in it anyway. Why not learn from a professional how to do the things that they want to learn how to do, right? So that's a class that's coming up. We've got makeup tutorials and classes coming up, hands-on. And then we also have an online brow class. So I'll have a little private class, and I'm going to show you how I get the perfect brow and how you guys can get the perfect brow. We also have a locking class. If you guys are interested in locking the dreadlock extensions or the lock extensions, I am giving a class in July, and I'm excited about it because it's so great. Your kit is also included in that, and lock extensions are hot and they look so real. Nobody will ever have to know that you didn't start from scratch. Who wants to walk around with the little baby locks? If you're doing that, that's fine. That looks good too. But if you desire to have locks to your shoulder, you can have them in a day. So if you're interested in learning how to provide lock extensions, you do not have to be licensed for that class. So I'll put all these links in below. And I think was that everything? I think that is everything. But I will see you guys next week. I'll be here every week from 1:30. I'm trying to switch up locations, doing locations. I'm at home today, so I was running late, so I didn't get a chance to go to A&K Beauty Supply Store, but I'm going to try to switch up locations. So you guys, if you have any professional questions or questions that you want to ask me, feel free. Always, inbox me. I get inboxes all the time, and that's great. I like answering questions. But share this video, and I will look forward to seeing you guys. Hey, cousin, she said, I'll be looking forward for the class to teach the girls on how to do their hair because my daughter needs to learn some tips. Great, okay. And I could even, I'll inbox you, because I could probably do like a one-on-one with her video chat or something like that, but I'll inbox you. But thank you guys for joining me. I will see you guys next week, 1:30 here, Facebook Live. All right, thank you, peace.